Welcome to another practice stroke. And today I'm going to use some paints that I used earlier in the week. And I have them on my double loader. Just let you know this, you dampen this and lay it inside and pop it on here with these notches. And this will stay moist for you for a while. So that makes it really nice. All right. And if you're trying to load, mix a color, you can pick it up and you can work it in here if you filled as many as I filled there. And I did put a lot in there. I put a lot of colors because I kept making some different shades I wanted to make. Now this is just gray tone art paper, but it's 180 multimedia board. It's 184 pound. We have some black ones and some gray ones that we stock on our site. So onestroke.com. Just let me share with you really quick that this is called a double loader. This is a palette, and this palette, you can put your double loader in it without the lid, okay? You can put it inside by the notches. So you go under one and drop it in. So this is wonderful for you too if you're just working and standing at an easel or walking around painting. All right, and then our basin. So if you go to onestroke.com, this right here is called a bundle. And I have a special price on the bundle instead of buying it individually. And it just went up on the site so that you can order it that way. So when you search onestroke.com, put in bundles and it will show you all these fun new bundles, okay? So now first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take, and I've dampened this brush, then I laid it on the paper towel, and then I'm picking up colors, okay? So I can pick up, these are, first of all, these are multi-surface paints, very, very important. They have a sealer in them, glass, metal, ceramic, I mean, wine glasses, fun, fun, fun stuff, art, paper, or canvas. All right, so I'm gonna pick up some colors here, and I'm gonna add medium. Now, floating medium is the fluff that's inside the bottle, the paint with no pigment. So we don't use water because water makes our painting muddy. We are using, what do you call it? Floating medium when we're trying to put in some movement. And I want it to move like butter. So I'm using a lot of floating medium because I'm on butter, because I'm on paper. All right. But I don't want you to get carried away with floating medium. Only if you're trying to do a dry area like this, where it looks dry and the canvas is showing through, I would maybe go get some more medium, but not normally. When you're doing regular stroke work, be very not generous with it. What's the opposite of generous? Okay, very cautious about how much you pick up. All right, so now as I'm coming across here, I want you to see that I can fade it out to be lighter. All right, this is really fun for any kind of background. I've shown you all kinds that you can do with a mop brush and water. This is showing you that you can just thin out with floating medium. You can use treasure golds. There's all kinds of colors you could add and backgrounds. See, I dropped some medium there and it's taking that up because it's wet. All right, so I'm just gonna let it blur out to nothing there, but I just want you to see we are now gonna put in some dark colors in the background right in here where the green's gonna go, all right? Where more of the green is down at the bottom in this flower arrangement. All right, so I'm coming across here, slip, slap, slip, slap, slip, slap. Okay, and so that is Ink Spot and Thicket. They've discontinued our sap green that I use, so if you ever see me say sap, we have to mix a blue and Thicket with burnt umber and get some color that works. But we're sad. We're just hoping that uh, enough people will tell them we want it again. But you tell them by purchasing and then we don't have it. So maybe if we just request. Okay, so look, there we go. All right. So now I can come in here. Let's see. I'm going to use my 16 flat. Now, 16 flat doesn't come in the signature set are, I mean, it doesn't come in, I was trying to find my, here, my value pack. That's what a lot of my beginners are using. That's the most sold brush set, which is the value pack. And so 16 doesn't come in there, guys, because when I started, I didn't have a 16, but lots of people wanted a smaller brush, so I worked on it. All right, so this is citrus, and I love going in here while this is wet, okay? So we're gonna come in here, I'm gonna pull it down into it because it's so wet, and I am going to have some stems for some flowers. And see, I'm up on the chisel. Oops. So I just grabbed the chisel and I'm going to put some extra light green in over here in the background. So it'll be a little brighter. All right. And that's just going to give you a few spots where some flowers will be. And so I did slip slap with this big brush. And then I'm going to show you that we can do slip slap flowers in here. Now, some of these little leaves, I push and lift, push and lift. Some of these little leaves can be added after your flower goes in. I just put a few in there just so that they're back in the background, just in case. All right. And then I have a little bit way down here, guys. All right. So that looks pretty easy so far, right? All right, I'm gonna get one more color. I'm gonna pull in some fire coral. Okay, let's put some of that fire coral right in there. And I like to tap my palette when I'm adding new paint. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I have some violet pansy, dioxazine purple, real dark, a neon purple. I have all these different colors that we can work with. But the first thing I want to do is take my 16 and I want to just, oops, I touched it, I guess. I touched the purple, so that's the neon purple. Okay. So when I went to point to it, I touched it. So that's changed my color a little bit. So this is just the corner, slip, slap, slip, slap, slip, slap, like a whisper 'em that you're going just like that. So touch it and we are going to make it kind of disappear right in here in the background. All right. And I can come over here a little bit, guys. Um, maybe touch in here, just touch the corner and see the citrus showing through is a good thing. I'm going to dip a little bit more. Oh, let's put some fire coral with that one. So I'm just tapping, tapping, tapping. Okay. And I'll add just a little bit to here too. So with two colors, it makes 3 or 4 colors because with pressure, they meld together and make a few different colors. That kind of fun? All right, so now I'm going to pick up this ink spot and light blue. Okay, so let's put a little bit of weight in that light blue. Okay, so ink spot's going to come in here. Ink spot. And since the white's there, it's going to give you other shades. You like this? There we go. So you can still see that white flowers behind it. Okay. And I like that color. I think that really stood out. So I'm just going to wipe this. Actually, I'm going to wash that because I don't want the blue in there when I'm doing uh, this white fire coral. All right. And I'm going to touch. Let's get the white in there. Okay. I'm going to have a little bit in here too. Okay. So let's add a little bit of this in here. And then let's put some neon purple. It's got white and neon. I don't double load those, but you can tap them like this because this is a gel, the neon, and it doesn't double load and show like one stroke double loads usually. Okay, so I have a little bit of flower in there, a little bit of neon in here. See, it just gives you some really rich colors. And we can add dioxazine a little bit with this neon. So it gives you some of that depth like we used in ink spot. You see that? See, we need a little bit of that darkness. It gets rich looking in there with neon. Ooh, that's kind of pretty, huh? All right, so I can come in here with a little bit of violet pansy. And I'm just using the same brush because I'm telling you, I think you'll like the different colors that this is bringing. So look, I can come in here and just tap it and get some more different pretty blues. Pretty blue in here, a little bit more blue. Just a little bit of light blue. A little bit of light blue. Okay. And I'm going to come right over here, pick up a little bit of light. Yeah, turn this brush side to side to side to side. It's just a little muted in the background is what I wanted. And then over here a little bit with the blues. All right. And I can, with some neon on this and some white. So I've got the fire coral, a little bit of neon, and some white. Okay. So let's put in just a little bit of white and fire coral. And these are just going to be a little bit bigger flowers. White and fire coral. Press, 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 like 5 petals. Flat. You can use your filbert too, and it gets a little bit rounded tips. Can you see that? Okay, so what happens is you can make a real statement, but look at my triangles of design, which means I make sure that the color or the type of flower is in a triangle One, two, three, one, two, three. Because when you're sitting there and you're going, Donna, how I know where to put the next one? It's because you look for your triangle. And it's a triangle of color. It can be all different flowers. Okay. And like, watch this. I can also do a skinny little daisy instead. I can come in here with white. And this is with an 8. Okay. I'm going to put citrus in the middle of that. So I'm dip dotting. Okay. So hopefully you'll get something out of that and it might inspire you a little bit. And you can take your script liner and you slide it to white and you can just come in here. Watch this. You just loosely hold the end of this and just let it do its own thing. So you're dragging, it's got to be thick paint. See, I'm not trying to wiggle, I'm just dragging it. Right. I'll put some little citrus in some of those. Thick white. All right. And just enough room to sign it. All right, that didn't work out. Hmm. Okay, I didn't use any magenta in that. I thought I would. All right. So that light blue was medium blue ink spot. I don't think I just told you those. All right. So it's just kind of fun. And it's slip slap. And then I did just a few that were actual strokes. Okay. So try it. Just even if you do a few of these on a greeting card. All right. Hope you enjoy. Thank you. Bye bye.